Hi, friends. Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is March 14th, 2014. Time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically, in this session each day at around 8:20 a.m., 8:15 a.m. We're a little late today, GMT, or excuse me, New York time. I review 20-some Forex pairs, share the trades I'm placing, my analysis of the market based on the daily chart. I'm a price action swing trader who tends to hold positions overnight for days or for a few days or a few weeks even. So that's sort of the perspective I'm coming from in these daily videos, but we have a whole bunch of information covering a wide variety of analytical methods, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, all sorts of styles of technical analysis, as well as other markets, Forex, equities, CFDs, futures, options, over at InformedTrades.com. Check it out, share your knowledge, register as a member, participate, and we can all learn together. Getting started with our trade review or chart review session. On the screen right now is a chart of the Euro-Swiss currency pair. And now, as regular viewers know, I do like to start with the trades I have on at the moment, and I actually am at full risk capacity. So I don't really have any more room to put on additional trades. Right now, Euro-Swiss, I got my entry order is at that black line, my stop is at this red line, and my target prop is this green line. You can see the position is price is currently below this black line, so I'm a bit out of the money. But that's about it. It's about 12 pips below my entry point at this time. So that's that. That's Euro Swiss. Now let's go to Euro Kiwi. So Kiwi had a big rally, and I was long Euro Kiwi, so short Kiwi. So I had a really nice floating profit, and then it all sort of disappeared. Yeah, here's where we at. I entered at the black line. My stop is the red line, so we're getting a bit closer to my stop. Although we were quite close to my stop. Although now we're almost at my entry point. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. It'll be a little clearer. Overall, I do find this encouraging that basically we had a double bottom right here, and this was before the rate hike announcement from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So it seems like this support bolt mark here. I'll add a line right here. Actually, we can move that up a little bit. Right there. And let's make that thinner. Let's make it running out of colors here. How about this one? I guess that sort of works. Okay. Actually, I'll make it grayish. A little darker. There we go. Okay, so this light gray line here, you can see that sort of move up a little bit. There we go. That's sort of a level that bulls have been defending, looks like. So I feel a little good about this, or I think that's encouraging for my trade because my stop is beyond that level. But we'll see if bulls continue to defend it. And really, the first order is to get back above this major support level. Let's see if that happens today. In any event, the position is slightly out of the money, almost at break even. I'm not adjusting my stop or doing anything on that pair either. So that's that. Now, I also have a Canada yen pair on at the moment. And this position is also a bit out of the money. So I actually have 5 trades on now. 3 of them have a floating loss, and 2 of them are floating profit. Collectively, it's a small profit, almost break even. Okay, so this is not really a very good price action. Yeah, my stop is still here at this red line. Let's see. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart if there's anything encouraging there. Nope, not really. Yeah, so we should see, I'll add some more Let's see if that level, if the market ends up respecting that level. That'd be good. That'd be a bit encouraging. But right now, the price action is looking pretty bearish. Price isn't really respecting too much the entry level I got in at. Um, we'll see how that fares and if that continues. Okay, so that's Canada yen. Now the Australian dollar positions I have are doing a little bit better. There's Aussie US dollar. Okay, now this is actually really nice because we have that long wick candle here. So that's a bit encouraging. Let's take a look at it on the 4-hour chart. And you could argue that's a head and shoulders pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder, with the neckline here. But this is encouraging. It suggests that this level is being respected and that bears are stepping in to really push it down. We also have this long wick candle here on this current 4-hour chart, which is also encouraging in my opinion. So the position is slightly in the money. I also have another short Australian dollar position on. This is the main one that's doing the best of any of my positions. Short Aussie Swiss. And my stop is at break even on this one based on how it closed here. So we'll see how that fares. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so that's reasonable. Basically, to summarize my existing positions, I have 5 positions on. My stop is at break even on only one of them. That's Aussie Swiss. So I'm at full risk exposure. If all my stops got hit, on all 5 positions, my account balance would fall by about 1%. I never want to be in a situation where that is not where if all my stops get hit, I lose more than 1%. That's sort of an important risk management rule that I have. And based on the price action that we're seeing, there's no real action for me to take on my existing positions. It's just a matter of waiting. Hopefully the positions will advance in my favor, and then I can move my stop. They can cross a minor support or resistance level, and then that will allow me to move my stop or justify me to move my stop to break even. Until then, it's just a matter of waiting. Euro Aussie is very similar to Aussie Swiss. It's sort of like the inverse. So I won't be trading this, but the opportunity I saw here was to go long at this black line. That trade has been working out well, but on Aussie Swiss, which is a bit of the inverse, as noted. Euro Canada. Okay, there's still in Canadian dollar rallies more. Then we would. And it still looks like it. Well, we'll see if it does rally more. If it does, though, it needs to rally to at least 51.35, somewhere around there, probably, before I can justify entering. So still waiting for more of a pullback. It's a great uptrend on the Canadian dollar, or on Canadian dollar pairs, except the yen. Great trend we're seeing. So it's just a matter of getting the dip that we need to buy. That's been the story in Canadian dollar for quite some time. Euro Swiss, we already looked at. I've got my entry order here, or it's now filled, slightly out of the money at the moment. Euro Pound. Okay, now this I had mentioned as a short opportunity that I wanted to consider, and now I really like it. This is really good price action, but I don't have the risk tolerance for it. Yeah. Well, I'm almost tempted to close out one of my other positions. Um, but yeah, well, I don't have the risk tolerance for it. That's sort of that. Part of me thinks I should close out my Euro Kiwi position. Euro pound, this is a really nice trade. I mean, I see the opportunity. I see this short. It's a nice downtrend. We have nice candlesticks off the 200 EMA. I would go short, right at 83.60. I think it's a great level to short at. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. That might help us pinpoint an entry. Yeah, look at that. But one other issue is where to put the stop. I remember that from yesterday's chart session. So it's got a clear entry point, but where to put the stop? Well, I might actually put it at 84.35. So that's a bit further away. That's really far away. But I think you can target a pretty low level here. I think you can target 81.57. You can sort of reverse engineer a target based on what level you want to reverse engineer a stop based on what level you want to target. I think there's a bunch of congestion here, but the basic story is I think this level would be respected. You could even, put your stop 84.30. You could put it. I could see that even going to 84. Well, putting a stop at a round number can sometimes be a problem. But yeah. Anyway, I don't think I don't have the risk tolerance for it. Euro pound is something that I do think it's a really good setup now. We'll see. Maybe there's a way I can. maybe I should close something out. I doubt it, but we'll see. Euro yen is declining. Let's see if it can fall to 138.93. I'm still eyeing that level. That's a bare minimum, preferably 137.80. But we'll see. Nothing at this time. Good uptrend to get in on for Euro Yen. And of course, long term, we know the story with Euro Yen. I've mentioned it quite a bit. It's a great to buy yen pairs. So dollar yen, Euro yen, pound yen over the long term. Maybe not pound yen, but dollar yen, Euro yen, Canada yen, Aussie yen, whatever. One of those things. The yen, I think, is a currency that's really due for a big decline. InformedTrades.com/Japan is what we're looking at. If you go to that URL, then you'll see the whole argument for shorting Japan. Okay, now Euro US dollar. That is, it looks like a good short. I mean, I wouldn't short it here, but we have that reversal candle, so it looks like a potential short. This looks like it could be the beginning of distribution. Again, the uptrend is still too strong for my taste to short, but that's something to consider. And it's supportive of bearish euro arguments. So that leaves me actually a bit torn on my. I'm still thinking about a way I can get my euro pound trade in on. But for now, maybe I should close out my euro Kiwi trade. I don't know. Let's go to pound pairs. We'll explore that idea throughout this video. Maybe something else that gives us some insight. Pound Aussie. Descending triangle here. Looks like it could be in the makings. However, I'm still interested in buying. I'm not a huge fan of triangle patterns. I'm still interested in buying at 81.43 if that opportunity manifests. Nice uptrend. I'd like to buy the uptrend. Pound Canada. Okay, so this looks like it could be. I talked about shorting Pound Canada before. Looks like it could be an opportunity, but yeah, maybe. Sorry, I got a bit distracted here. Pound Canada. Yeah, this is, it looks like it's going to decline. I think this is a good distribution pattern. We have a pattern of lower highs. I wouldn't short it because we're classic problem with counter trend trading. I mentioned this in other videos. The limited downside target. If you can counter trend trade with a good reward risk, I'd be interested in that. But it's not happening on Pound Canada. This is supportive of my long yen trade elsewhere in Canada yen. Pound Swiss. Okay, it looks like it might be finding a bid finally. Maybe though, we'll see. This is a big red candle today, but at least there was a doji-like candle the day before here. So that strengthens the case for bulls, and this is actually coming at a right there. You could argue this is a support level. I wouldn't trade this. I want to see some more bullishness before I'd hop on board, but it is an interesting chart. Maybe soon. I would say that way. Maybe next week there's an opportunity to go long pound Swiss. Let's see if an accumulation pattern forms. Pound yen. Okay, this is declining. This reminds me of my Canada yen chart. So this is not, yen looks like it's rallying, which is not very supportive of my long yen trade. And yen has been the toughest pair for me this year, but we'll see. I'm still interested. I still believe in the opportunity. If if it can fall back to 164, 162, right around here, that could be an interesting buying opportunity. We're still far away from that, but let's see. Oh, and so I did short the yen here. And it rallied. It hit my stop, but now look, it really went down. If I had entered where my stop was, then it would be all set. But of course, I think there are a lot of traders who probably have had that experience before. Pound Kiwi. Okay, this looks like this makes me feel better about my long Euro Kiwi trade because this looks like it's finding support here. So this is definitely the kind of chart where I'd be interested in buying. Let's see if that continues or if it heads down. Not out of the woods yet by any means on the QE. So that's a case for paying attention to fundamentals where that rate hike, things were going so well before that rate hike. So if I don't really pay attention to news on a daily basis like that, or on a short-term trading. I'm not really considering the news. I am considering, what are the implications of all of major developed economies starting to raise rates over the long term. I think that's important. But in terms of short-term trading, my long-term positions in gold and in certain equities are definitely influenced by things like rate hikes beginning. But short-term positions I didn't consider, although maybe I should, or there are traders out there that do, and if you can find the right way, it can definitely work for you. Pound dollar. Okay, price is declining on pound dollar. Would have been a good. This does look like distribution here. So that is also supportive of shorting euro pound, but we'll see. At this point, we're getting close to the entry. At this point, if I were a bear, I'd be looking to cover. And let's see if we can get to that black line right here. If we can start to see some reversal candlesticks, this will be an interesting buying opportunity. Pound dollar, I'd be putting an entry order on here, possibly, but I don't have the risk tolerance, so that about does it for the pound. So yeah, I am seeing opportunities on euro pound and pound dollar. I don't have the risk tolerance for any of these trades. I'm at maximum risk, so I won't be putting any of these trades on. But for you out there, it may be something that you want to consider. U.S. dollar. Dollar Canada. Yeah, this still looks like it's going to short, so it still looks to me like the Canadian dollar is getting ready to rally, although maybe not against the yen. That might be it, which is unfortunate for me. But yeah, maybe we'll get that pullback. If we can get a big sell-off in the Canadian dollar and fall to 109.04 or maybe even 108.04, that could be a really nice buying opportunity. Nothing at this time, though. Canada yen. Oh, we need to go back to, or dollar yen, excuse me. Okay. Now we have a big red candle here on today's candle. So I don't want to enter just yet. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. But we are in a major support level that I didn't want to enter at before. So yeah, big red candle here. Boom. Let's see if the market can start to find support right around here. If it can, this is another trade I'd be interested in taking. So perhaps Sunday, Monday, that'll be something I can put on. We'll see if I have the risk freed up by then. Dollar Swiss. Price declining, still need a pullback. 89.03, if we can somehow get back to there, maybe even 88.75, that could be a potential level to consider. Somewhere around there, that'd be really good. Until then, it's a nice downtrend, but I need the pullback before I can enter. Canadian dollar, Canada Swiss, we know this story. Downtrend, waiting for the pullback, If we can come back to the top of this channel, that could be an interesting short, especially around 80.33. Canada yen. Oh yeah, we looked at this. I'm in on this trade now. Let's see if we can find support at that gray line. Anyway, so that's Canada yen, and that does it for the Canadian dollar pairs. Australian dollar, Aussie Canada. Yeah, I'm interested in buying this uptrend. I'm a little thrown off by Aussie Canada. Yeah, I'm basically interested in buying the uptrend, but I want to see a pullback to this level, 98.30 or so. Let's take one more look at the weekly chart. Yeah, this is a pretty bullish chart. If Aussie Canada can fall to 98.30, I think I'd be interested in buying. Let's see, but at this point, I'm viewing this as an uptrend to buy. And we're coming off resistance, so let's see if we get that pullback. Nothing at this time, though. Aussie Swiss we looked at, Aussie yen. Okay, I'm staying away from short yen trades, and this is a minor resistance support level, excuse me, on Aussie yen. So yen is coming up against a support level on a lot of pairs, so that is encouraging for my Canada yen trade. I don't want to take another yen trade at the moment, or really, I don't think I have the room for any trade, period, at the moment, any Forex trade. But we'll see. This is, and like I mentioned, I am interested in going long yen pairs, so I don't think I'd go long here, but maybe at 88.09, if we can fall there, it could be an interesting time to go long. Aussie Kiwi. And this is a pair to short. Great downtrend going back to, well, even before. Been a nice downtrend for over a year. So if we can rally to 107.48-ish, 107.50, somewhere around there, that could be an interesting short. And Aussie US dollar we already looked at. Now let's look at the Kiwi pairs. I'm short Aussie dollar. Kiwi Canada, same story that we're seeing in a lot of Canadian dollar pairs. It's trending strong, clear trend, which is great from a trend trading perspective. Just need a pullback before we can enter. Canada dollar, it's been a great trend, hasn't given us many pullbacks, which has been great for those who are in and great for those who are pyramiding, meaning adding the positions. But for those of us who aren't in, it's just a matter of waiting, see if we get a chance to jump in on the trend. Kiwi Swiss, this looks supportive of my short Euro Kiwi trade, which I like, because it looks like we have a pattern of lower highs in place. It looks like the market is still respecting this resistance level, which is where the equivalent of basically where I entered on Euro Kiwi to go long. So in the short summary, this is like the opposite of the inversion of my Euro Kiwi chart. and it's supportive. I'm feeling a little better in my short Euro Kiwi trade at the moment, or long Euro Kiwi trade, maybe short Kiwi Swiss. But in any event, I won't be trading this because it's basically the same trade, so I already have exposure to it. Kiwi yen, even this decline. So even the yen has had to put up some big rallies, and I think that's because the Bank of Japan. That's another news-related event. Bank of Japan is basically continuing tapering. So Japanese bonds have really declined. Japanese Bank of Japan is buying less of Japanese bonds, Japanese government bonds. So their bond market is experiencing some significant volatility. Yields are rising, bond prices are declining, and the yen is rallying in its wake. So I still think the yen is in a a bit of a hopeless situation. I think Bank of Japan, even if they reduce, this cannot end well for the Bank of Japan, in my opinion. So I'm still interested in going long those yen pairs. So let's see if we can get a price pullback to a, and the trend technically is still upwards on all those currency pairs on the daily chart. So if we get a good pullback, it could be an opportunity, and that's definitely the opportunity I'm looking for. Kiwi dollar. Okay, this looks like it could have been an interesting. I mean, this is a really nice long wick candle off resistance. So this is in many ways a beautiful short setup. However, I don't want to short Kiwi dollar. I see too many support levels that could spoil the fun. And I'm more interested in going long. I think the trend is more bullish than bearish, so I'd like to participate with the trend on this one. That about does it for our chart review today. I do think there are opportunities. Pound dollar, euro pound, those are two opportunities that in the chart review that we looked at that I'm kind of excited about. However, like I mentioned, I'm at full risk capacity, so I don't have the opportunity to put on those trades. I would recommend if you're interested in trading and you have some room for risk that you could take a look at those pairs, see if it's something that you feel comfortable with. That's about it. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at InformedTrades.com. Check it out. Register as a member, participate, share your knowledge, and we can all learn together. That's about it. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Take care.